Hi everyone, how are you today? This is Bess McCarty, founder and coach with the MLM Millionaire Club School for Network Marketers. Sitting here in a lilac garden today, it's just incredible. These are intoxicating. I wish I could Facebook Live you the smell. They are just beautiful. It's a wonderful, perfect day here in Kansas. And want to talk with you today about a powerful topic. Surveys, and this is turning fear into confidence. Surveys have shown that fear is the #1 thing to stop network marketers from doing their business, from making their calls. Thank you, Donna. Welcome. And oh, it's just beautiful. Yes, thank you, Donna. It's so sweet. Very grateful for a day like this, and a good day to talk about turning fear into confidence. So fear is actually what can keep network marketers from making calls or even playing at the level, playing big enough, playing at the level that they deserve, playing big, period. So what is it? The fear can be that people aren't going to like us for being a salesperson or for being in MLM. People aren't we're not good enough, we don't know what to say, or we don't deserve success, or that we might not know how, that we have to be really good before we start. I'd like to welcome Margie and Ignacio. Hey, welcome guys. What a great topic, huh? Now, was listening to some tapes yesterday, and I heard that miracle is a changed consciousness, right? So what if you could transform fear into confidence in your business? Would that be something for you? Would it turn your whole life around if you could change your consciousness from fear into confidence or love? And hello, Ignacio. Remember, a camera produces what it focuses on, and so do you in your life and your business. So what you focus on, if it's fear, then it's going to produce that picture. And of course, if you focus on success, it's going to produce that picture. But how do you turn it around? So that's what I would like to address today. Now, some people say, well, when you're in fear, you should change your consciousness and then act, and then go forward with the action that the fear was stopping. And some people say it's just the opposite, that you just act and all of a sudden your fear disappears. I think can be either one. And of course we know that you can be paralyzed with fear, and then you just start talking with people, and then it starts flowing, and then the fear disappears. And at the same time, I have heard a saying that I personally like, that courage is not the absence of fear, it's moving forward in the face of it. So that would be a case for acting anyway to get over the fear and to get into confidence. At the same time as that is true, I also like to help network marketers to do what they can to prepare themselves so that the fear is less as they go forward. And it's kind of smart to get your skills up, isn't it? And Ignacio says, love it. Make your uncomfortable zones your comfort zones, and you run out of uncomfortable zones. Right. So if you face what you fear, then there's nothing left to fear, right? There's nothing left to run from. And if we get out of our comfort zones or we expand them, then there's nothing left to be uncomfortable about. And Linda, thank you for sharing the video. Welcome, Martha. So good to see you guys. Please type in any questions you have about fear and confidence, or any other or insights that you have that I might be able to share with people. Hello, Jim. Welcome. Meanwhile, I would like to share with you some tips for transforming that fear into confidence. So there is a process that I've developed called Real Conversations. Hello, Jim from Colorado. And yes, I know Jim Bannon, he's here on the call as well. So these are the tips that I have like to share with you. I've developed a process called Real Conversations with Ourselves to overcome any block that we run into. And this is the formula. You simply uncover the need that is there behind that block. For example, the block is not making the calls because of fear. Okay, so you uncover the feeling behind it and the need behind that. And here are some of the needs that I have uncovered under fear. Number one is skills. Always check your skills and see, are they up to a 10? If not, think about your confidence will soar if you do get your skills up to a 10. I'm very big on that. We've heard that skills are 20% of success. Mindset is 80%. So I'm going to talk about the 20% first, the skills. And you know that if you got your 7 skills that Eric Worre talks about in his GoPro book, if you got those up to a 10, think how your confidence will soar. So we address that first, right? And hi to Kelly, so glad you're here, and to Glenn, and to Ryan, so glad you're here, guys. Okay, 7 skills are finding people to talk to, inviting them to your business, presenting, following up, signing them up, training them, and getting them to events. So those are the 7 skills that we teach with the GoPro book in the MLM Millionaire Club. Now we get your skills up to a 10. You can also do this by studying the GoPro book and my study guide I wrote for it, and practicing with your sponsor, your crossline, your friends, even your friends and family. Practice and get your skills up to a 10 on all 7 of those. Your confidence will soar. And of course, that's what I teach. I specialize in that, in practicing and role-playing and getting those up to a 10. That's what we do in my school, the MLM Millionaire Club. Okay, another one, another need that could be underneath fear is the need for validation. In other words, that you might need to know that you are valuable, lovable, likable person, whether or not people say yes or no to buying your product or joining your business. And I do have a technique for that. Excuse me, got an itch here. I do have a technique for that where you stand in front of a mirror for a minute before you make your calls and you say, I am a valuable, lovable person, whether people say yes or no to me. And that leaves it intact. It helps you not to take it personally. And please realize that they're not saying no to you, of course, but no to their own forward movement, their own opportunity, their own options, if they don't look at what you have. And you're not trying to talk them into signing them up. You're just offering to show them an option that they can have in their life. So you're offering them education, you're offering them knowledge, you're offering them choice, and educating them about that. So that is what they would be saying no to, not to you. So please give yourself that validation by realizing that you are a valuable, wonderful, and lovable person, no matter what the response is from people. That can help increase or change your fear into confidence. Another one is trusting that the process that you go through, any experience that you go through, carries a learning experience with it, and being willing to learn from that. And you may have heard Miles Davis quote says, do not fear mistakes, there are none. And there's you either succeed or you learn. And if you embrace that learning experience or that mistake, quote mistake, and learn from it, then what is there to fear, really? If there are no mistakes, really what is there to fear? We're just here to learn. There's room to learn, you guys. It's okay to learn. There's room to learn. That was built into life. Room was built in. And another need that could be met, another need that you might have around fear would be the need simply to trust the process of life. And I help myself with that by remembering when the toughest things in life were a gift to me, and everything did work out, and I did have everything I needed to succeed. The help, the tools, the books, the friends, the coach, that life doesn't give us a challenge. It doesn't give us a problem without a solution to go with it. And if we trust that, that can decrease fear as well. Now, these needs that I just mentioned, the need for skills, validation, trust, and self-responsibility to learn from the mistakes, they are listed on my Real Conversations process chart, and I will send you that link when the video is done. I developed this after many years of working with students and clients and myself, and I discovered that behind every observable behavior there is an emotion, and behind every negative emotion that's behind that, underneath that is an unmet need. And a lot of times we don't know what our needs are, so I put those on a chart, and I will send that out to you. When you are in fear, you can look through that third box on the chart is the box of needs. And I studied Maslow and a lot of people a long time before I put together this collection of human needs. You can look through there and see if one or two or three jump out at you when you are in fear, or you're procrastinating making your calls, or you're worried what people think of you, or you're wondering if any subconscious fear is really holding you back from playing big. You can look through this, the third box, the list of needs, and see if you resonate with any of them. And then you can meet that need. If you meet that need, the fear will go away. That is the Real Conversations process, Real Conversations with yourself that I develop and I teach. And the needs, again, could be the need for skills, the need for validation, the need for trust, the need for self-responsibility, willingness to learn, or it could even be something like the need to be flexible and try new things, try different things. So when you figure out what you're needing and how to meet that, then the fear disappears. Then you can burst forward and make the calls. And hello, Zulibi and Lloyd and Laura. Awesome to see you guys. Thank you for joining. So this is how to turn confidence into fear. If you're just joining, I will put out the replay in a minute and give you that link to my Real Conversations chart. This is a self-coach process that I developed for you to lead yourself through the 4 steps of coaching, from the observable negative behavior that you want to change, to the feeling, which is fear, like not making your calls, to the emotion behind it, which can be fear, and then to the need under that, which could be the need for skills, validation, trust, self-responsibility, flexibility. And then the 4th box is how you figure out how to meet those needs, like I just mentioned. So I will post a link that has that, and also a nice video that goes into more about how to transform fear into confidence. So I thank you for joining today, and hope you enjoy the lilacs here. They're just in perfect, intoxicating bloom this spring here in Kansas. And a little bug joined here. And did anybody have any comments or any questions before I sign off? Just type them below, because I like to share your wisdom as well. And any comments, questions about anything, about turning fear into confidence, or... So if we do the thing we fear the most, there's nothing left to fear, right? And life is so abundant, so generous, so helpful, so joyful, that when we turn over our fears and our worries about health, wealth, and love, or business, or anything, life takes it on with joy. You still got to do your part. We still have to do our part and put our actions, our goals and action steps, and still talk to people, of course. But turn over the fear. How would it be? Here's a little exercise you could say. How would my business be different if I let go of my fear? How would I be different? What would happen different in my business? And just try that out. Try that on for size. And put it in your imagination and say, what kind of person would I be? How would I be different if, just pretend with me, that you would let go of the fear. If I did not carry that with me, who would I be? What kind of a person would I be? How would I be different? How would that affect my business? And imagine that for a minute. And that's my mind movie suggestion today, too, to get over it. So I hope that this helps, and the link that I send out will have more tips in a video and in the Real Conversations chart that I mentioned. Hello, Bertha. Hello, Linda. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. And I wish you joy and confidence. You can do this. Remember that I have a free workshop for your team, how to always get a yes. That is in the realm of the skills part that I mentioned first, getting your skills up to a 10. Well, I have a way to always get a yes when followed properly, that people will always want to hear more about your business. Be glad to do that workshop for you. Just Facebook message me and we'll set one up. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bertha. Love to you guys. You can do this. Be free. It's spring. Let yourself bloom. Let yourself fly. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Jim. I like your thinking, enjoyed your ideas. Nice meeting you too. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. I'll post the replay. Bye.